Hello, everyone. Once again, I'm Roberto Figueroa, an assistant professor of the University of the Philippines Open University. And as mentioned by our host, I'll be quickly talking about the Immersive Learning Laboratory and the Immersive Open Pedagogies initiative in the Philippines, which leads to a description of a virtual exhibit that we had a few months ago. So as we shared a while ago in our workshop, it was the pandemic that made policymakers and decision makers look into immersive technologies like VR and AR as next generation tools that we should consider in remote learning contexts. And UPOU had been doing these projects even before the pandemic. So the leadership proposed a more programmatic approach so that we can concentrate our efforts, consolidate our efforts, and increase our impact. And this led to the strategic move to propose a center, actually a center for immersive open pedagogies at the University of the Philippines Open University. But after many pulls and pushes at several levels of our institution, we arrived at an immersive open pedagogies research program for now, which we envision to be evolved into a center in the future. So let me give a brief introduction to the term immersive open pedagogies. It's a combination of three important concepts or terms. First is immersive technologies, which refer to the spectrum of technologies, we all know about this, like virtual reality, augmented reality, and cross reality that allow users to navigate between the physical world and other spaces created by digital technologies. And then the second concept is immersive learning, which is the application of these immersive technologies in teaching and learning contexts. And the third, I think, is very unique and very special to us in our context in the Open University, open pedagogy, which aims to democratize education through open principles like open educational resources, increasing access, flexible education, and constructivist learning, which makes students participants in the creation of the learning materials. From these terms, immersive open pedagogies are therefore the use of OER, or open educational resources, designed and developed using immersive technologies, or may be experienced by learners in immersive environments while promoting co-creation of these immersive resources among them. And together with the program, the physical space, which is the Immersive Learning Laboratory, we still don't have a really fancy name for it, was also conceptualized. It's currently in the design stage. I think we presented the design with Eric before, because the building that is supposed to house it is still under construction. However, we're already preparing for it with the projects that we're doing. This is the second floor, as you can see. That's the second floor of the building. The red, green, and purple shaded rooms are actually the interconnected spaces that were allotted to consist the Immersive Learning Lab. Professor Hawkinson helped us with ideating the design of these spaces. Thank you. And since we are a distance learning institution, we also wanted to turn it into a distributed learning laboratory. We have several learning spaces spread across the country, and hopefully we can connect it to other learning spaces abroad. And that, I feel, was also one of the reasons why I'm very passionate about the World Learning Labs initiative. So it led us to the question, what if similar labs join together and form an association? You know, it may be similar to the Open Athens model or the Anytime Fitness model, where members or students from these member institutions would be able to access these facilities wherever they are in the world, which would also be actually beneficial to the labs themselves, the spaces. Why? Because they can also experience different expertise that these students are bringing into their labs and also facilitate more collaboration among them. And that's an idea that we've been playing around with when conceptualizing World Learning Labs. And hopefully, the partnership between UPOU and Kyoto University of Foreign Studies would serve as a catalyst to this. So as I've said, we're still in the piloting stages. So we're just trying to form teams and do research and creative projects together around this field. The next part of this presentation then is about one of these projects, which is a virtual exhibit for a conference in the metaverse. This is the team that we formed to do this project. Of course, we got help from all of our departments and units. This is Josh Zerica Esguerra, Lexter Mangubat, and Professor Sally Gutierrez, the members of the team of ODeL Metaverse. So as you know, restrictions due to the pandemic did not allow us to organize in-person conferences for several years. So our university had to explore virtual platforms for conducting events and exhibits. 2 years ago, they tried vFairs. It's a commercial platform which advertised itself as an all-in-one events platform. Have you tried vFairs before? It's very expensive. So, so after that, we decided to explore, more cost-effective alternatives. And we also found out that that platform was not as immersive as we would like it to be. There was no way for participants to really move around. They just clicked, around the areas. So it's more static. And last year, we decided to try Frame VR. I'm pretty sure that many of us have already tried this, and we've actually used this in one of our meetings in JOLT, right? Okay, almost done. Frame VR is a web-based platform for hosting immersive collaboration spaces, and it's a beta product from Verbella. It has been used by numerous institutions such as Microsoft, University of Massachusetts, and MIT Media Lab, among others. Actually, it has a freemium model, right? You have the free version and some paid versions. So we actually used the free one. The base exhibit hall was provided by Frame VR. The following assets were added: PDFs from the university's international journal. So we also have our own journal. Video webinars from the Multimedia Center, images and links to 360-degree tours created by the IOP, and video projects of our students. We actually solicited contributions from students, faculty members, research units, and other contributors at the university, and formed them, curated them into digital elements of the virtual museum or exhibit. This is how we added some of the elements to the virtual space. It's very easy. And then I asked some volunteers to also edit some of them, also add some more elements to make them more beautiful. We even invited an artist, a 3D model artist, to contribute his own 3D artwork and even present it to our students. So just so that you have an overview of the whole tour, let me just show you a short video of the exhibit. So that's our journal. These are products from our Multimedia Center. All of them are open educational resources, so you're free to download them and reuse them. These are our virtual tours using A-Frame. And these are the 10-second videos of our students. There were also poster entries, even artworks that were contributed by students and even our friend researchers. And that is our voting section. So we asked students for their feedback, participants for their feedback, just to know how we can improve. And this is just a rough analysis of the results. We didn't really do any hard statistics. Oops. It ended. Okay, so here, as you can see, we had like 4 Likert type items, and from the median and the mean of, you know, the entertaining scale, the boring scale, the interesting scale, you can see that most of them were really interested. You know, 5 was the maximum, and really not bored, right? And then they also experienced the sense of being there, which is present, which was 8 out of 10. And from the qualitative interviews and open-ended questions, we found 3 themes. Most of them found that, you know, the exhibit was very engaging, and for them it was really new, it was novel. So maybe that was related. But a lot of them also reported the lag that they experienced from the platform. It seemed that we overloaded the space with too many elements. So from there, we actually regrouped and decided to redesign it into smaller spaces that are interconnected. And that concludes my presentation. Thank you so much.